How are you doing, John? Are you all right?
I'm all right. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Yeah.
Now, look, people might not know who you are, but so I'm just going to refresh their memories, or if they know if they've seen this. But this is from the BBC site. Ex-head's terror arrest shocked over protest cartoon. There's a picture of you with a t-shirt, and then there's a picture of you with a t-shirt but holding a private eye cartoon that actually got you arrested. Um, so, I mean, you made the news. You've made the news. How do you feel now as a celebrity with the same T-shirt on as well?
Listen, I still get people coming. I mean, people I know who haven't, oh, well done and all that sort of stuff. And actually, this weekend I was in London because a school friend who we did lots of stuff politically years ago, haven't been in touch for 38 years. And he said, look, I'm having a birthday party next weekend. Do you want to come down? So I said, yeah. So it's like Friends Reunited, courtesy of West Yorkshire Police.
Yeah, if any, it's a horrible story as well. I mean, the fact you were detained and the unpleasant idea that you're regarded as a terrorist when you're far from a terrorist.
Yeah.
Um, and I mean, it's just traumatic, isn't it? If you get picked up by
I
the
mean, I make
police.
light of it now, but yeah, it was. I mean, people said to me afterwards, you look really calm. But my dad always said to me, if you're not panicking, it's because you don't understand the situation. And I wasn't panicking only when I got in the van, it kind of really hit me. And I thought, Jesus, this is real. And they wouldn't listen to anything I had to say, or whatever. I had the private eye in my bag. I thought, I'll have that so I can show them, but and it was no. And when the counter-terrorist police interviewed me, they interviewed me under Section 12, and they said this can carry a sentence up to 14 years. And the solicitor said the law is so broadly worded, the anti-terrorism law, that anything almost can be construed. If I'd written those words myself, Crispin, and put them up and not got it from private eye, I think the outcome might have been different. I think they would have charged, because they haven't charged me. They've not taken any further so far. But I wonder about that. And also, there's been a lot of play about, oh, he's a retired head teacher. My sister said, oh, he makes you sound quite respectable. They obviously haven't met you.
It's not very nice.
Well, I think she's got a point. But you know, but say it'd been, like that lad in the video from Rotherham, who got the racist abuse. It'd been like somebody like that from Hare Hills. I wonder if they'd have got, I don't know. But it is really worrying, because obviously, I said to the private eye when they were interviewing, I said, well, I thought it's been in private eye. Are we any problem? They said, yeah, we've been sued loads of times for things we put in, so that kind of made me think, oh, yeah, you know. So,
Well,
yeah.
look, I could talk to you about this longer, but I know people are all on the call for the new party thing, and the reason why I got in touch with you is you replied to the survey I sent out
Yeah.
with some concerns or worries, or I don't know, I can't really think of the right word.
Yeah.
What is your concern about the new party, and what you think might go wrong, or what we've got to stop happening?
Right. Well, I think it's definitely got to be grassroots, bottom up, democratic. And my worry is, like, just even the way it was announced, I mean, I've got a huge amount of respect for Zarah, Sultana, and Corbyn, but she announced it, and then there's a bit of radio silence, and then eventually something gets announced, and you sort of think, well, obviously something's going on in the background, and obviously somebody's got to pull it together. I get that, but I'm just worried about, have we learnt the lessons of what went wrong with the Corbyn project? People who got expelled, like Chris Williamson got expelled from Labour Party for so-called anti-Semitism, that sort of thing. That worries me. And it's that really, like, will we all just be sort of called in, be the troops, slogging out on the pavements while decisions are made I mean, maybe I'm wrong, and I'm really hopeful that I'm wrong, but it's just a little niggle, that, and I think we just need to guard against it.
Well, I
Just look
mean,
at what happened with Momentum,
yeah. So what would you say? Because I mean, we did discuss this on Sunday. I discussed it with Norman Thomas about momentum. What went wrong with momentum? I mean, I remember not the thing I'm concerned about is the data. If we don't get the data of the local members, which is what happened in momentum. I mean, I was sort of I set up a West London branch of momentum, got people to a meeting, and then I said, "Can I send it out to more people?" They said, "Well, you got to show us what you're going to send out, and we send it out from our office." If that happens again, then we can't build a mass movement, can we? It's not going to be it's going to be like a Labour Party thing. I mean, in a way, I think between now and the conference, we've got to make it clear what we want from the party as well. This is a kind of opportunity, don't you think?
I agree 100%. I'm a supporter member of JVL, Jewish Voice for Labour, and what they do is they send out emails to people in an area and say, "Are you happy to share your email address with other members?" And most of us say yes. And then anybody can then send out an email to all the members in West Yorkshire, and say, "What about this?" or "Shall we do that?" And that to me seems, as long as you've got people's permission, obviously, that seems, you could replicate a model like that. There's ways around this sort of thing. I mean, the Labour Party was bureaucratic centralist, wasn't it?
Mm.
And yeah, I do, that does worry me. I mean, one of the things I think is that, yeah, we want to be involved in elections, but we've got to be out there organising as well. We've got to be organising against these racist attacks on migrants. We've got to be organising in the unions. I'm in Unite Community. We do a lot of things like street stalls and campaigns and whatever. We need more of that. There's the tenants organisations. Look, all Tosh was talking about young people. The rents are going through the roof. So there's a lot of people not in a tenants organisation or not in a union. So we've got to find ways. We've got to, because elections kind of show you the balance of forces. And what we want to do is shift the balance of forces to the left. And we've got to get out there and talk to
Mm.
people. That's what I think, and I
I
don't
mean,
want stuff getting in the way of it.
like you say about the thing that alarmed me last night was the kind of upfront racism that I saw in front of me with two blokes, and there's probably about 10 of us, and they still I can't remember seeing that where someone would be racist to someone in front of 10 people that were with them. I mean, that is just, to me, that was extraordinary. I mean, I don't, I live in a kind of, in a small ruralish area. I don't really see many people anyway. I'm kind of in my shed most of the time. But that made me think this is really dangerous. And also the thing that happened to you, if our civil liberties are being taken away and threatened every day, we can't wait. We've got to be out there now. We've got to be doing stuff now. We can't wait. I mean, I mean, the thing I find offensive is the idea that I'm impatient to get going. I'm not. I'm just aware that if we don't get going, they'll take more of our liberties away. There'll be more racism. There'll be more attacks. We've got to do stuff now. Then is that right? I mean, I'm
Yeah,
probably.
no, absolutely. Actually, the week after I got arrested, and I didn't think I'd be on this march because my bail conditions were such that solicitor said you shouldn't go on you shouldn't go on any Palestine protests. She said, in fact, maybe not any protests for a while. That's what she said to me. That's before they decided not to take any action. But the week after, we were going, there's one or two pubs in Leeds, which are a bit less savoury than the others, shall I say. And as we were going past, somebody got racially abused and then physically attacked by somebody in the pub. The whole march stopped and demanded that the police take action and do something about it, which eventually they did. It. They took their time, and it was a bit chaotic because some of the march went on and some stayed behind. But in the end, but absolutely, the thing about the racism, I mean, we had fascists out in Leeds last Friday, and they're coming out again tomorrow, and on Saturday they're going somewhere else near Leeds. I can't have forgotten where, and they are definitely ramping up their organisation. the first time they came, which I think was 2 weeks before, they were outnumbered, the anti-racists. Last week they didn't. But you're absolutely right, it's a real threat. But I mean, on those, most of the time we get really good support on the Palestine marches.
Yeah.
But
I
one
mean,
we do get the racist abuse.
I think the Palestine marches are something to give us confidence and hope, and also the party is. I'm not negative. I'm a positive person, but I think we have to be aware that we've got to get going, and we've got the energy. The other thing is everyone's signed up and they want to do something now. It is a danger that if we don't do something now, then they'll just forget about it. And I'm thinking if we just get these meetings going, and I'll send out all the banners, and give us a bit of money though to help out with it, but then we can really get cracking. Thank you so much for people. Loads of people put their hands up.
Can I give a shout out to Commoners Choir? If you check us out, we're marvelous. No, sorry, that's a bit cheeky, Crispin. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. No, I'll is it on good? Can we
YouTube? We've got a YouTube channel, Commoners Choir.
YouTube. All right, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll look it up and maybe play some of it as well. Cheers.
Hey, cheers. Thank you very much.